In this lesson, you'll learn how to play All Too Well using 3 beautiful patterns. We'll start with an easy strumming pattern and then 2 fingerpicking patterns. And then we'll look at how to apply these patterns to different sections of the song. If you'd like to learn an easy way to strum the song, then stick with pattern 1. But if you'd like to learn what I consider to be the most beautiful way to play this song, then follow along as I'll show you how to alternate between patterns. I want to point out that I'm playing a tenor with low G tuning. If you have a high G on your instrument, you can follow this entire lesson. The strumming pattern will sound very similar on your instrument and on mine, but keep in mind that the fingerpicking patterns will sound a bit different because your 4th string is 1 octave higher than mine. If you'd like to hear how this song sounds with the patterns before starting the lesson, then skip ahead to the play along for a preview and then come back to the lesson. Now let's get started by looking at how to play the 4 chords in this song. Our first chord is C. You can play C either with your ring finger or your pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Our next chord is G. I'm playing G with my index and middle fingers on the 2nd fret of strings 3 and 1, and my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Our next chord is A minor, the 2nd fret of the 4th string. I'm playing A minor with my middle finger so that I can keep it in place when we move from A minor to F. To play our F chord, we're also going to play the 2nd fret of the 4th string and place down our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So it's an easy transition from A minor to F, keeping our middle finger in place. Next, we'll take a close look at our 3 patterns and how to apply them to the song. Keep in mind that each of the patterns consists of 4 beats, so they are interchangeable. You can choose any one of the patterns to play through the entire song, or if you'd like, you can alternate between them, as we'll cover in this lesson. Here's pattern 1, our strumming pattern, played on a C chord. The strumming here is down, down, up, up, down. Played slowly, it looks like this. Down, down, up, up, down. On the up strums, you may only catch the first few strings. And that's okay. It's not necessary to catch all 4 strings on the up strum. Now let's add the rhythm to this pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now here's our second pattern, also played on a C chord. Here's the rhythm of this pattern, played slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm starting by picking strings 4 and 1 together with my thumb and ring finger. Then I'm picking string 3 with my index finger, string 2 with my middle finger, back to string 3 with my index finger, down to string 1 with my ring finger, and then I'm finishing on strings 3 and 2. And now for our 3rd pattern, also on a C chord. Here's the rhythm of this pattern, played slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. For this pattern, I'm starting by picking strings 1 and 2 together with my middle and ring fingers. Then I'm picking string 4 with my thumb, string 3 with my index finger, back to strings 1 and 2 together, and then finishing on strings 4 and 3. Now let's let's take a look at how to apply our 3 patterns to the song. Throughout the song, next to each of the chords, you'll see that I've included the numbers 1, 2, or 3, indicating which pattern to play. So starting with our introduction, we're going to play pattern 2 on each of our 4 chords. So on C, G, A minor, and F. And we're going to cycle through these chords 2 times. So starting on C, adding in the rhythm for these 4 chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to complete our introduction, we'll play this sequence of chords twice, so a total of 8 chords. Moving into our first verse, we're going to continue this same chord sequence of C, G, A minor, and F, playing pattern 2. We'll play this chord sequence twice, first on lines 1 and 2, and then on lines 3 and 4. Now I'll add in the lyrics to the first 2 lines so you can hear how the words sound over this pattern. I walked through the door with you, the air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow, and Next we come to our interlude, where we play the same 4 chords with no lyrics, and here we're changing to pattern 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second verse is played the same way as the first, using pattern 2. And then we come to our pre-chorus, which is just 2 lines. Here we're using pattern 3, starting on a C chord, then going to G. In the second line, we're going to A minor, and then we're going back to G. The final 4 chords at the end of the pre-chorus are held for only 2 beats each. So for each of these chords, we're going to pick all 4 strings together rather than playing one of the patterns. So starting on F, we'll pick all 4 strings and then do the same on G, then on A minor, and then back to G. Now looking at the lyrics for the pre-chorus, the final word, all, is going to carry through the F, G, and A minor chords at the end of the second line. So here's how it sounds to add the lyrics to the pre-chorus. And I know it's long gone and that magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. If you're enjoying this lesson, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Lara. I'm a musician, a composer, and a ukulele teacher, and I hope you have fun exploring my channel, my song tutorials, and my arrangements. The song sheet for All Too Well includes the lyrics, chords, patterns, and pattern numbers next to the chords, just like you see in this lesson. You can download the song sheet from my Patreon page, along with my songbook covering all of the songs that I've shared in my tutorials. You'll find the link down below in the video description. Moving into our chorus, we're changing to pattern 1, starting on a C chord. Then going to G. In line 2, we're going to A minor, and then to F. In line 3, we're going back to C, then to G, then to A minor, and then our very last chord in this chorus is an F chord, and I don't have a number next to this one. For this chord, we're just going to do 1 down strum. And this gives us a nice musical pause as we move into verse 3 and go back to fingerpicking pattern 2. The third verse is played the same way as verses 1 and 2, using our second pattern. And then the second pre-chorus is played the same way as the first. Remember that we have the 4 chords at the end of the second line that are held for 2 beats each. Our second chorus is played the same way as the first until we get to our final F chord. In our first chorus, we ended line 3 with just a down strum. But in this second chorus, we're going to play our full strumming pattern on F. After the second chorus comes another interlude. This one has 6 chords, and we're going to play pattern 3 on each of the chords. So starting on C, then going to G, then to A minor, then to F, and then we finish with 2 G chords. The third chorus is 7 lines long rather than 3. For the first 6 lines, we'll play pattern 1 on each chord. And then in line 7, we'll play pattern 1 on A minor, followed by F, and then for the next F chord, we're going to do 1 down strum. For this down strum, you can play it nice and slow as an arpeggio so that each string rings out. Here we have a short pause in the lyrics, and then we resume singing on the words "too well," moving into our C chord with pattern 3, and then to G, then to A minor, and we finish this line on our F chord. And now adding in the lyrics to line 7, starting with the G chord at the end of line 6. 'Cause I remember it all, too well. For the fourth verse, we're going to apply pattern 2 to every chord. And then for the fourth chorus, we'll apply pattern 1 to every chord. Now we're going to end the song with a 3-line outro, and we're going to use all 3 patterns on this outro. Starting on line 1, we have a C chord with pattern 1. Then we go to G, still on pattern 1. In line 2, we're going to A minor and switching to pattern 3. Then we'll play pattern 3 on F. And then in the third line of the outro, the very last line of the song, we're going back to pattern 2 on a C chord. Then to G. Then to A minor. And then we're going to end the song by picking all 4 strings on F. Here's the outro, adding in the rhythm, and we'll slow down the tempo as we move into our final F chord. So starting on C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're moving into our play along, where I'll play and sing through the entire song, alternating between patterns, just as we've covered in the lesson. You can choose to follow me as we move through the different patterns, or if you'd like an easier version, then pick just one pattern and use it to play through the entire song. 5, 6, 7, 8. was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you still got it in your drawer even now. Oh, your sweet disposition and my wide-eyed gaze was singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves are falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone, and that magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. 'Cause there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red 'cause you were looking over at me. Wind in my hair, I was there, I remember it all too well. Photo album on the counter, your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-size bed, and your mother's telling stories about you on the t-ball team. You taught me about your past, thinking your future was me. And I know it's long gone, and there was nothing else I could do, and I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed to. 'Cause there we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there, I remember it all too well. Yeah. And maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there, I remember it all too well. And you called me up again just to break me like a promise, so casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, 'cause I remember it all too well. Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scarf from that very first week, 'cause it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it, 'cause you remember it all too well. Yeah, 'cause there we are again when I loved you so. Back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. Wind in my hair, you were there, you remember it all. Down the stairs, you were there, you remember it all. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. I hope you've enjoyed learning this beautiful way to play all too well. Have fun practicing and playing along with me. And thanks for watching.